What's going on YouTube? Crypto Matrix here, coming at you with another cryptocurrency stream. And guys, the Bitcoin price kind of had a bit of a breakdown to 11,350, kind of remaining stable right now, but it's still moving, so we could get a little bit of a further breakdown. And guys, I wanted to talk about the critical support levels that Bitcoin needs to hold for the short term to remain bullish towards the end of the year. And guys, if that sounds good to you, be sure to subscribe and like, and I'm going to dive right into the price action. So guys, as you can see, since the 24th of last month, we have been still putting in higher lows, even up until the rally on the 8th, which we pumped all the way up to 11,400 from all the way down to 10,000. So $1,000 gain right here, guys. And then we're still putting in higher lows here. So that's still a very good sign. This little downtrod that just happened in the last few days, I'm not too worried about it. I think we're still moving upwards, and I think that we have some good pressure here going on towards the end of the year, and a lot of weak hands have been weeded out. And remember, guys, this has been a great time to accumulate in the last few months, so I hope you guys got in the market at good times. And basically anything under 10 would have been just amazing for you guys. So if you got in back here in early September, that would have been just really profitable for you guys. Right now you'd be sitting at a massive gain. We're talking 20% on Bitcoin, which is definitely pretty big just to be hodling. So for instance, what I'd be looking for in the short term here is either dip down to right here and a bounce, or something even more aggressive, which just goes up and then retest and bounces, something like that. That's what I think is going to happen, guys. But if a flash crash happens, it would break all the way down to 10,400. Okay, guys, that would easily be, only not even a 10% move from right where we're at now. So just under 10% at 9.26. Okay, so I think that it's definitely possible, guys, but we have a lot to think about. The end of the year is getting very exciting. There's a lot going on, but there's still also a lot of fear in the market. And with COVID still lingering around, the election right around the corner, there's a lot of question. What's going to happen? Are we going to end up bullish, or are we going to end up bearish? Some traders think that we're bullish, some traders think bearish. It's a very torn world right now. Everyone's kind of thinking their own thing. And I wanted to go over a little bit about that. So crypto traders are cautious that Bitcoin price, as the rally from 11.7 goes sour. So basically what happened is it pumped up to 11.7 and then had a crash down and just got rejected. And it's been getting rejected up there, repeatedly. So I wanted to read this to you guys. After the price of Bitcoin achieved 11,720 on Binance, traders began to turn slightly skeptical on the dominant cryptocurrency. Despite the initial breakout above two key resistance levels at 11,300 and 11,500, BTC recorded several rejections. While it might be premature to predict a market-wide correction, the level of uncertainty in the market seems to be rising. So in the short term, traders pinpoint the 11,200 to 11,325 range as a critical support area. And that's very interesting, guys, because if you look at the price right now, that's exactly where we're at. So we kind of broke below it for a brief second, but then it kind of shot back above it. So that's a good sign short term. And as long as we can hold above it, that's really important. So if that region holds, technical analysis believe a significant price drop is unlikely. But if the Bitcoin demonstrates weakening momentum below 11,300, the market would likely become vulnerable and we could expect a breakdown. And guys, something that I talked about yesterday, it was the invested of 115 million in Bitcoin. So this could be something that could push the price up for sure. So that's only 1% of the purchase of 50 million worth of BTC. That's 1% of its assets. So I think even just with 1%, it's going to push the Bitcoin price up exponentially. Okay, guys? But there are some traders that think there could be a breakdown. So traders do expect a consolidation period. So Edward Mora, a Bitcoin technical analyst, cited 3 reasons for a pullback to the 11,100 level, noting that the BTC hit an important daily supply level when it rallied to 11,700. This means there was a significant liquidity, which was also heavy resistance level. Mora also said that the 0.705 Fibonacci resistance and the R1 weekly pivot make a drop to 11,100 more likely in the near term. But guys, I think if it does break down to those levels, it's just another opportunity to just continuously be scooping up the dip. I think that we're still in a very bullish phase right now, and the bull market started post-halving, many months ago. So back in March, when we were down at 3,800, that was the optimal time to be buying and to be moving. You know, that's when the price was really starting to move up. And I think that, you know, there's still a lot of room to the upside. That's my personal belief. I think that these, you know, little downtrods are just kind of ways to weed people out. And I think even if we got like a big 10% crash or even more, even 15, 20, I wouldn't be scared out. I would still think that, you know, some bullish times are here. And that's because we're in a bull market right now, guys. That's just what I believe. And that's just what the technicals say. So when you read the charts and you have it laid down into categories, you have bull market, bear market, accumulation, expansion, reaccumulation phase. And then you go back to a bull market. Okay, so that's what's very interesting, because right now it feels like an accumulation stage because there's not a lot of bullish pressure going on right now. For instance, when I went 3.8 all the way up to 10, we've kind of just been sitting pretty stagnant, in between 9 and 12, basically kind of fluctuating around at least since July. And that feels like the bull market isn't here, but I can't stress enough, guys, that the bull market is here. This is just some fake outs here, and it's just opportunities for you guys to scoop up more low coin. Does that mean that the price will go or might not go lower? It could. And if it does, again, just more opportunity to scoop up even cheaper coin. I can't stress enough that you're not going to be punished for scooping up coin now, or even if it's a little lower or even a little higher, because if the Bitcoin price actually hits some of these peak levels that people are talking about, breaking $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, you're going to look back at these prices and be wishing you bought, because when it's up that high, it's going to be very hard for you to dip your toes into that asset, because you're only going to be getting fractions of what you could have got now. So, and some other coins I want to talk about, guys, are Electroneum. Okay, guys, we're getting a little bit of a breakdown right now, kind of dipping back down into the red box. On the video on the 13th, we were talking about it shooting up. It got rejected at around 0.0056, and it's been shooting down since. Okay, so since that high right there, we're down 6% right now. Do you guys think that we're going to get a bounce right here? I kind of do. I think we're either going to get a bounce right here or a bounce right here. I don't think we're going to continuously be breaking down. And the reason for that is because we've been putting in higher lows. And if you were to just draw a line here, just to make it simple for you guys, from all the way back here, that's where we're at. So it's kind of respecting this trend right now. So I think as long as we can actually keep it going, I think that would be a very good sign. So hopefully we actually get a bounce right here and start to continuously be pushing up, because that would be really good. We don't want to see it break down too much further, and definitely don't want to see it past this line right here. And guys, that's what I think is going on with Electroneum. And there's just a lot going on in that project, guys. Lots of good things. And if you're not familiar with the app or even Electroneum in general, it's just really easy to use. It's so easy. And that's something that's very important with cryptocurrency. I have some wallets, I can't get the wallet synced up, and that's just a burden, or some wallets they take, a week to sync up or something. And Electroneum is just real smooth. It's fast, and I think that's a very pivotal thing, other than just, the AnyTask program they're doing, which is also very solid. But just speaking on like the app itself, it's just very smooth. It works nicely, and I think that's a big thing, especially in a world that's ever changing and needs to be very stable. And I want to talk about a few other coins, guys. I want to talk about Link. I was talking about it being some good optimal sell times recently. So if you just sold at over 11.5, good sell for you. If you got in back here when I told you guys to, you probably made 30-some% at least. 39, 40%, guys. So if you caught that, even if you just sold recently, you still made 29%, guys. So that's just an awesome trade on Chainlink. I can't stress enough, Chainlink just has a lot of room to the upside. It's just in its infancy stage. And if you zoom out and look at the graph here, you can almost picture a line. So here's your legacy line right here. And hopefully it just continues that pattern, and that line just ends up being the bottoms, each time. And then you can actually pinpoint the supports using the peaks of each candle, so that's how I get my supports and resistances. I just line them up. I try to get as many touches as possible, and you want to try to get 4 touches at least. So like for instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches there. So that's why I know these supports and resistances are solid, because there's many touches on them. And guys, if you're still learning about supports and resistances, it's all about the touching of the peaks and the lows. Okay, so like you got to think the top of the candle and the bottom of the candle. You want to be at the top of the body of the candle, not the wick. You want to try to stay away from wick action. Although a lot of people do that, they'll measure from the wick, but you want to try to get the range as tight as possible, so that way you're making accurate calls on the support and resistances. And guys, I wanted to go over ZEC, and this will be the final point I go over for today. Definitely broke out of that green box. We had a touch up at the resistance at 75, like I was saying. That's why that line was there, guys. Bounced right off it, and now we're sitting at $68. I think that Zcash just has a lot of room to the upside. I think we're going to end up back in this channel in no time, guys. So I can't stress enough, Zcash just has a lot of room to the upside. And if you know much about Zcash, like I've been mining it and then buying it, and I'm very involved in Zcash. And I think that, we could see hundreds of dollars Zcash before you know it. So I think it's going to really rally when Bitcoin rallies. And I think just, a lot of altcoins are going to rally then. But when Bitcoin rallies, Zcash is definitely going to have a big rally. And we could finally see it break above $100 and remain stable and start pushing back to like the prices of last year or even the year before. And guys, that's all I have time for today. Thank you so much for all your support, guys. I'm getting subscribers every single day. And it's because of viewers like you. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the page. I hope you guys are making good money right along with me. Remember, I do this full time, so I'm, not YouTube full time, but I trade full time. So, when I do YouTube, I'm really trying to just share my gift with you guys. I want you guys to be able to make money as well. And, I've gotten very good at my risk versus reward. And, I think that if you guys are following the calls, you should be making good money. I watch the videos, I match them up with the graphs, so I know the trades are profitable. So you guys, I hope you guys are making good money. And guys, once you make your money, you need to keep it safe. And one thing I'm doing for you guys is I'm doing a giveaway for Ledger Nano S. One of my first 500 subscribers are in it to win this Ledger Nano S, so all you have to do is subscribe to be part of that. And guys, thank you so much for all your continued support. I'm getting out of here. I am Crypto Matrix. I will catch you guys later. Peace.